Yeah. Uh, my on, is it streaming? All right. Well, seems to be shutting down on me. Well, morning. It is the 24th, Christmas Eve. Yeah, it sure is. Um, and so here I am. I am once again in advocate mode. That's right. So yesterday, I went up over to Trader Joe's. Yeah. I like the Trader Joe's idea, right? The idea is good. They got Trader Joe's has different items you can shop for. It's kind of neat. They got these items you could shop you've never seen before in other stores. Feels like you're in really in a market, worldwide market, so to speak. But hey, man, I am here to tell you, the people that go to Trader Joe's, it's difficult. It's difficult. Uh, these liberals got money, man. No, all this donation to the Democratic Party. It's easy to be a Democrat, y'all. It's very, very easy to be a Democrat because it's like a default. Naturally, people, um, uh, they start off, folks, when you're young. You start off wanting to save the world. You wanna help. Um, everybody, and you want peace and all this stuff you know nothing about, and so you default to being a Democrat. You know, that's the way it is. And everything's about kumbaya, and um, um, it's a natural way of being, right? You don't want to struggle through life trying to hate everybody all the time, right? I mean, you naturally go through this stuff when you're young. Um, and these liberals, they make money. They start businesses, and they make this money. So it begs the question of if the Republican Party is about the worker, about taking care of people's work, and getting them work, and business and employment and all that stuff. Why aren't we all Republican? Why aren't we having all the money to give to the Republican Party? We always have trouble doing that. You know. Instead, it's the Democrats who have the money, right? It's absurd, man. Um, so there's something strange about that. But I tell you, Trader Joe's, good place to shop. Got some new stuff. It's not always good, but some of the stuff is pretty good. Their macaroni and cheese. Mm, Talk about blood glucose going up. Yeah, I need to watch the hell out. hmm But the folks that go to Trader Joe's are a bunch of stuck up asses, man. I mean, their shit don't stink, folk. They really don't. They act like like there's definitely something wrong with those folk. Yeah, there's something wrong with those folk, man. A lot of them are a bunch of liberals. Black Lives Matters, and January 6th. Put them all in prison, but yet they're all about peace, harmony, and love. But they don't. Oh yeah, it's a strange feeling to be hanging out with a full load of them. Trader Joe's, man, not cool. No. No, make you nervous. And yeah, it's not a good idea to go there when it's really big. We went there the other day because we wanted to get some macaroni and cheese. They got the best macaroni and cheese. And it was a mistake. Yeah, yeah. You know, when COVID started, when it was at its peak of paranoia, they had police over at Trader Joe's. Yeah, they have police officers at Trader Joe's to make sure, and like the manager or some other people working there, make sure that you abide by the mask. You have to have the mask on. I mean, talk about paranoid Nazis, man. Yeah, I don't know what's worse. Have have a go off into battle with. Would you rather have a uh, a transvestite, or would you rather have a liberal next to you when you're fighting? That's tough. That is tough, man. You know, I'd rather have neither, but damn, if I had to, I'd have to think about that. Yeah. But anyhow, I'm here. I'm just getting up. You can tell. Yeah. And we're moving on with the day. I haven't had any updates on my medical advancement, but I have been really getting pissed off. Um, I still see a lot of contradiction in our society with veterans. I'm on TV. I watch Newsmax, and every now and again I switch to other channels. But man, I see, I just see all these veteran, support to veterans. Thank a veteran, thank a police, thank a fire dude. uh, you know, but the veterans, it's just like you got to show some respect for veterans and never leave a veteran behind. And we can't take over our veterans, and that's a sign that we can't even take over the rest of our civilians, and all these veteran issues, right? But when it comes time to actually doing something for veterans, for actually performing to pass legislation and stuff, it don't happen. It does not happen. So I get pissed off because I'm sitting here trying to get, I'm advocating for myself to try to get some medical help through the VA and the benefits and a diagnosis. And, uh, it's difficult for me to see this Wounded Warrior program, even though they're a great program. Have this program come out. Oh, we don't leave veterans behind, and thank all these veterans on there. Well, thank you for donating to the Wounded Warrior program. And then we got Luke's Wings. Thanks for that. And then we got this other Boulder Crest, and I mean, there's just so many of them. But yet, the the worst part about dealing with veterans is the policies and procedures that govern the VA, that address veterans. That's the problem. Okay, that's the issue. It's not about getting donations to try to get a wheelchair to a veteran through an organization. That's not the issue, man. That has never been the issue. The issue is always the policy and the procedure governing the VA to address a veteran's situation. So, in other words, if you're a veteran and you have no situation, you're a lucky fool. But when it comes time to have a situation addressed in your behalf, and it's it can turn into a mess immediately, and it's because the policies and procedures are unforgiving. They are unforgiving. Okay, the government When the government has a policy and procedure that it needs to employ um, to initiate to a veteran, if that veteran is, in any way, not meeting that policy and procedure, then it is not going to happen to you. It's not going to happen for you and your family. It's just not. All right. So, that's why I get upset because I see these Wounded Warrior programs. And I'm thinking, I don't need the Wounded Warrior program. If I have all my benefit, everything's ducks are in a row, then, it'd be nice to reach out to additional, right? Additional care, additional stuff that maybe, we just can't get through the government. That's what the Wounded Warrior program is for. But to depend on the Wounded Warrior program and all these other veterans, it's not, it's not something that is supposed to be um, substituting for the VA. No way. It is no substitute whatsoever. And so, it's been difficult for me, but thank the Lord they're out there, to help because it's not easy. It's not easy. Um, the the um, So I'm assuming that the my case will be upgraded, sometime at the beginning of the year, um, and I'm looking forward to it. So it's going to be somewhat exciting to get some of these issues dealt with, and try to get some medical management through the VA, so I could um, maybe slow the progress of this debilitating disease that I have, basically. That's what it is. I've been, just lately, I've been, I'll try to see if so I have this, so I get this, where is it? Oh, here it is. So this is one of them. I got one back here, and this one here, it's still, bald, and it keeps scabbing up, and this one scabs up, and then I wash it, and it comes off, and it dents in, and leaves a dent, and then I peel up the skin. And this one just started. It had like uh, some sort of it looked like a rat. It created a little bubble, and so I was pushing on it to get some of the stuff out. And so it ended up leaving a little dent. You can see it right there. It's right there. You see that? I'll see if I can get closer on it. Yeah, you see that? So, and it's the same right here. This one's bigger though, and it's the strangest thing. I look to see what it can possibly be. You can see the dent, right? It's like a dent, yeah. So, it's, had this like little rash there, and it creates a little hole, and it's just part of the central nervous system disability thing I have. And it's I had these. Anytime I have a sign, when I have a headache. I've had a headache last week. It went away this week, but last week I had a headache for 4 days. When that happens, it's been routine for me. I've been having it since 2010, 11ish, about. When I have a headache and I can't get rid of it, I can take all my pain medication and it won't get rid of this headache. I know something is going on with my body. Something is happening. Something is not. It is not going to go well. And so this is what's going on. It's creating some sort of. My nervous system is shot. It's creating all kinds of weird ailments and dysfunctions and things like that. So I'm not on any. Like I said, I'm not on any medical management medication through the VA. and I've been begging them to get in to get this TBI. So, but this next week, I'm finally have a doctor. It's called Oak Street Health down here in Tucson, and they're going to send me in to get a scan to see if I'm having some sort of fluid like an MS or something. I was also looking it up and see what it could be, and the other thing would be my diabetes, which is when it wants to get rid of some of the glycan or glycogen, something like that. It does that. It'll form on people's heads, and they take it out and squeeze in. But mine's a little different. Mine gets sores, like it's a sore, and they just appear like this one right here on my forehead, like I showed you. It just appears. It just comes on, and it's like I got burned or a cut or something. So I'm scratching it, and then it leaves like a little hole. The hole gets bigger, and it creates a little indentation, like a little cavity in there. And at this point, okay, at this point in my disability, trying to advocate for myself, um, I don't go to the VA anymore. I don't go to the emergency room anymore, civilian or VA. I just don't. I don't bother because no one does anything about it. There's no follow through with it, and that's the problem. I'm living on the stigma of, oh, he says he has a TBI, and the VA saying he doesn't have a TBI, and so when I go into the emergency room with all these new ailments, they're just like, well, it's got to be something different than that's coming on to you individually, like this thing here. And I just, I cannot believe, the disconnection of these professional people. That's why, I don't know, where our society started to, treat everybody like they were heroes. You know, I have a problem with that because it's not true, right? I mean, you all out there thinking, oh yeah, we're heroes. No, you're not heroes. Okay, you nurses, you're not heroes. I don't know who started that shit. It's absurd. Oh, you firefighters are heroes. You're not heroes. That's your fucking job. I'm not a hero. Um, I just need my ailments and my injuries to be taken care of. I didn't do anything special. I just firefighters need to turn off the fucking fire like they're supposed to. Oh, we're heroes now. Nurses go stick somebody in the arm or something. The COVID, now they're all heroes. Everybody's here. What the hell's going on? What's going on here? Huh? Now we all got big heads walking around acting like we're special. We're not special, folks. Okay, it's a tough world out there, and we got to do everything we can. Okay, to be the best at what we do without the gratification, right? Because that's what it calls for. That's the job description, right? So, um, that's simply said. That's my explanation of it. And now the expectation is that now you can't yell at these nurses. Now you can't have a problem with the nurse because, oh, they're heroes. It doesn't. It should not have ever been an a gratification that that our society started um, to allow them to think that that's what's going on. I mean, you're like, well, damn, that's kind of messed up. They do a good job, and yeah, they've been doing a good job since nurses were created. They've been doing a great job. That's their duty. Had nothing to do with being a hero. And nowadays, you can't go in like my father-in-law went in, and these nurses, man, You get them to come do some stuff, and they act. They have this attitude now, just attitude of like, I'm needed around here, and I'm a hero, and they even have like little hero shirts and shit, you know. And then here I am, I'm trying to be as modest as I can with taking care of my issue, advocating for getting, some care to moderate, to manage the dysfunction, the progressive dysfunction of um, my disability, and all I'm hearing is nurse is a hero walking around out there, but yet I'm not able to get any a diagnosis from a doctor. Yeah, a doctor's a hero now, and I'm not able to have a disagreement with the doctor. I have a problem with our medical system these days. You know, it's an issue. It is an issue. And I'm proof of it. I'm proof of it. I mean, what more do you want? On just having a bad 8 years? Is that what's going on? Yeah, I don't think so. Okay, so people give up very easy. When it comes time to stuff, to addressing issues, um, you know, our society gives up very easy. We give up like that, unless it happens to you. If something happens to you, then it needs to stop the press, right? It needs to be dealt with. Well, I've been done past that. Yeah. And I'm still here advocating. And even if when I do get some sort of benefit and resolution to my situation, I am going to be even advocating even more. Yeah, it would suck to have another person go through what I'm going through, but I've been doing all my research, and I think with these cavities on my head, they're going to do a culture and figure out what it is. But again, that's the thing. It's like, well, what is it? Well, we don't know. So then there's no follow through with this. So what can be causing it? Well, that's where I have the problem. Okay, nobody wants to know what's causing the problem because it could be 100,000 things causing the problem. And so I'm stuck back where I was advocating for myself. Nobody wants to, hey, he has a central nervous system dysfunction. What else do you need to know? You have a central nervous system dysfunction, you're going to have a lot of problems. You're going to have a lot of problems, right? I mean, that's fairly easy for me to say. So, I got to elevate my situation. And so that's what I'm doing now. Having some people help me, but I can't wait to, get it situated completely and move on with it. Move on. Yeah. So what else do I have? What else do I have? Oh, yeah. So it looks like 2024, huh? 2023, this next coming up here, and it's going to be a struggle with this administration. And I'm telling you, the I was listening to a guitar musician artist called Victory Boyd. Yeah, she's pretty cool. She was singing Silent Night on Newsmax, and has that sort of Tracy Chapman, playing style, but has a little bit more jazz to her playing, and pretty good voice, and she she was she was playing, but she also was talking about some of the issues we have with what's going on there like now with Christmas and people's ideals and just about everything that's going on. Because they asked her, what she thinks about people these days. Everyone. and the problems they're having with violence and these transvestite people and the school issue and pretty much everything, border and the war in Ukraine. And she said that the um, that she appreciated. They said, "Well, what do you appreciate today?" "Oh, I appreciate freedom," she said. And they said, "What is freedom to you?" And she explained, "Well, freedom is not a tangible thing," she said. It's something that you create, and people, they hang on to it. And I thought, well, it is a tangible thing, you know. Um, it turns into a tangible thing. We make it a tangible thing. That's why it's still alive and all this. Because look, I've sacrificed. I'm having issues with losing motor function of legs and body parts and stuff. That's a real issue. That's freedom right there. So it is a real thing. You know, it's an idea, but the idea of not having freedom is absolutely um, a real thing. So she's pretty cool. Um, Other than that, that's my update, and I got to get busy today doing some stuff. We're going to make our rounds and keep up the good spirit, I suppose. And we'll talk to everybody um, later on during the new year, and we'll get busy and do this all over again for another year.